So right now we're going to go over the most vital part of the supplementing process, and that's keeping your homeowner's expectations and in line and keeping them educated on the process, right? This is a lot to go through for a homeowner. So a lot of times it's the first time they've ever had to go through an insurance claim process, and they're pretty uncertain on who to trust at this point. They've heard horror stories from both sides, the insurance company and the carriers. So it's our job to set their minds at ease. Let's outline the process for them, set expectations of what they can expect around timeframes, when you can get the job started, as well as keeping them abreast of the situation as you're moving forward through the process. I always felt like if a homeowner called me when I was a contractor with questions on what's going on with their project, I felt like I lost already, right? I felt like I let them down. I didn't keep them informed, and they're calling me wanting answers. So what I did is I adapted to making sure I'm having touch points with them weekly, letting them know what's going on with their project. Even if there's no real update, just to call them and let them know, hey, we're still moving along. There's no current updates right now, but here's where we're at in the process. It sets their mind at ease and lets them feel a little bit more, willing to trust you and stay within the process. As a contractor, we got to keep in mind that we can only control what we can control. I can't control what the adjuster is going to say. Sometimes they get out there before a contractor gets out there. Sometimes they're there after the initial inspection from the contractor. Either way, we need to focus on what we as a contractor can do. So when we approach this homeowner, say they don't have the insurance paperwork yet, let them know that, you've already scoped the job. Here's your estimate for it. They can share it with the insurance company. If we're coming in after the insurance company's already been there and they have an insurance loss sheet from the insurance company, we need to let them know, hey, we're going to evaluate this to make sure that we can do it for this scope. If there's anything different, we'll bring it to your insurance company's attention so that we can discuss it before moving forward. You want to let them feel assured that you're doing a thorough job, that you want to bring this back to pre-storm condition, right? So once you take this back, you go get all your evidence. You need to get your photos. You need to, get some kind of measurement report or hand measure it if you really want to. Make sure you address all the damages and how everything you need to be able to produce this job. And then compile that back at your office, whether you have an in-house team of estimators or you outsource to somebody to write your estimates. Once that part is complete, you need to take that back to the homeowner and discuss any differences if there are any. That way, they're not caught off guard, because guarantee when you submit a supplement to the insurance company, the first thing that adjuster is going to do is call their insured, right? It's their contract between them and the homeowner, not with you. So they're going to let them know, hey, your contractor is submitting something here, and there's differences. So you want to make sure you nip that in the bud and let them know that, hey, here's what you can expect. If you don't properly set expectations with the homeowner, it can create some uncertainty in their eyes. The more transparent you are with them on the process and what your intentions are, the less felt like they get caught off guard. So bring it to their attention that, hey, I'm going to submit my estimate to the insurance company. They're probably going to give you a call to let you know that they received it. And if they do so, please have them give me a call so I can justify why we've included these additional items into our estimate. If you're keeping the homeowner aware of the process and set proper expectations, they're less likely to get a little squirrely with you throughout, later on down the road when you're still waiting on supplements to be finalized and their neighbors are getting roofs put on, right? And they want theirs put on. So they're getting a little anxious, but they know that the process needs to play out and what to expect from it. They'll be more likely to give you the time you need to make sure everything's taken care of appropriately. It's not us versus them. It's not like all contractors against all the insurance companies. Insurance adjusters are just normal people, right? They're out there doing a job. They have company guidelines that they have to follow. And most of the time, they're not construction professionals. So I let the homeowner know that as a construction professional, I have to evaluate this project on its own merit, right? Every house is different. Each one's going to be addressed differently. So I let them know, hey, these adjusters most of the time are overworked. They're working long hours and they have short windows of opportunity to be able to inspect this property. And it can lead to items being left off, So I want to make sure everything's taken care of so that you have no out-of-pocket expense above your deductible. If there are additional overages or additional costs above it that sometimes the carrier won't take care of, you can address them at that point with the homeowner as well. Having the hard conversation with the homeowner up front and setting expectations will limit problems down the road, whether it be either them dropping contracts with you, not letting you do the work, or not knowing what to do with the new money that comes from the insurance company, right? They get their first insurance loss estimate and they figure you're going to do it for that amount. Then new money comes that wasn't discussed. They may think that is their money to keep. When you first submit to the insurance company, that first phone call will most likely be to the homeowner. If you've already prepped that homeowner on the additional items you're going for and why, that conversation can go two different ways. If you haven't prepped them on what's in that estimate and why, the insurance adjuster may be able to make them think that you're doing something wrong or that you're going for items that aren't really necessary, right? So where if you've already got them prepped, that phone call can go, a completely different way. That adjuster calls them, hey, Mr. Homeowner, your contractor's going for a bunch of items that aren't necessary. They could turn around and say, no, he's discussed this estimate with me and justified all these items, and you need to call him and work this out with them. They're a lot more trusting of as you as a sales rep at that point and what your process is and what you're trying to do for that project, that they're going to back you when it comes to those awkward conversations with the insurance company.